Welcome to the KMC Collective Podcast, where Tom, Ben, and Cole bring you practical insights, creative ideas, and authentic conversations for children's ministry leaders. Each conversation is packed with strategies to help you lead with clarity, build strong teams, nurture families, and stay healthy in the process. Whether you're planning lessons, training volunteers, or seeking encouragement for the week ahead, this podcast is for you. We hope to make you laugh, cry, think, and maybe a bit of all three in each of our weekly conversations. This is the KMC Collective Podcast. Let's jump into the conversation.
And welcome to the KMC Collective Podcast. I'm Tom.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Ben.
Hey, fellas, are we ready for this week's conversation or what?
Let's do it, man.
Excited. Let's go.
All right. Well, before I start, hey, I just want to say thanks to all of our listeners. Man, you guys have been responding, sending little messages, and I really, really love the fact that you guys are engaging with this new format, new season. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for sharing the podcast in other Facebook groups. I've seen a few of you do that, so thank you for that. And if you haven't checked out the YouTube channel, we even have the video podcast up and running every week. So go check it out, subscribe to it. That'll help bump us up in the algorithms, and all that good stuff. And we would love to have you do that. So thank you guys for listening. Thanks for engaging. We'd love to have your comments and we'd love to have your questions. So feel free to do that because, hey, this week we're back with our favorite listener questions. And so to kick off our conversation, I saw a question the other day that really just kind of hit me, and I would love to know your guys' thoughts on it. And so, are you ready?
I'll do it,
Let's
man.
go. I'm kind of scared that you're like, I'm going to hit you with something hard.
We going
right off the bat.
philosophical? Like, yeah.
I
right,
promise
Tom.
it. I'm promising it won't be too painful. I promise that.
That's what the dentist said too, and I have a cavity. So, not going to be too painful.
No, this won't hurt a bit. And then he pulls out the big needle and injects it. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
All right. Well, I've seen this question a lot in a lot of different Facebook groups. It pops up regularly. So I would love to help people answer this idea of when you guys are thinking about choosing curriculums and stuff, what's important to you? Because people are asking, how do I pick curriculum? And I feel like it really boils down to helping leaders figure out what's the important things they should look for when they're thinking about it. So if somebody came to you and said, Coach Ben, Coach Cole, how do I pick curriculum? How would you answer that question?
Okay. I'll jump in. But before I jump in, I have to tell you, I have been blessed to not have to actually change my curriculum in all my years of kids ministry. I've been able to make it work for me. So I feel
All
lucky.
right.
It doesn't always
You're
work that
good.
way. But in the multiple times that I have said, maybe we should, and I went in and looked at other curriculums, the first thing I do is, does this curriculum fit our vision, our mission, our values as a kids ministry and as a church? One of the long-standing values and part of a mission is, how do we equip parents to be better disciples with their kids at home? And so that is one of the biggest filters I run it through. And so if your curriculum isn't offering something, even at the most bare bones place, I'm probably not going to choose your curriculum because I feel like parents are the main disciplers, or should be the main disciplers of their kids throughout the week. And so for me, it's starting with that mission, vision, values type deal. And another one would be, are the kids going to like it? And so, so maybe get some kids to look at it. But biggest thing for me is the mission, vision, values thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Ben, what do you think, man? How would you answer that question if somebody came to you and said, help me out. How do I pick curriculum? There's so many choices out there. There's so many good things out there. How do I pick?
How do you follow that up? I mean, well, just answer the curriculum question correctly. I mean, you can't really top that answer.
I got to go first.
So well, I'm going to go to Crazy Ben's answer for the
Oh,
Honestly, there's three things that I do. I mean, Coles is the correct answer, so I'm going to give you a little extra meat. First thing I do, I approach it like I approach the cereal aisle in a grocery store. When you're walking down the cereal aisle, what looks good? Like it's the
Fruit
bright,
Loops.
shiny box. Oh, Fruit Loops, not only Fruit Loops, but Fruit Loops with marshmallows. That's top quality.
Oh, there we go.
I'm
Best
going to have to
cookie.
find those.
Oh, it's like Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops all in one. It's the best part of Lucky Charms that
Ooh.
doesn't get soggy. Well, it kind of does. But anyways,
Yeah.
all I'd say is the box grabs my attention, whether I like it or not. I'm going to grab it. Maybe it's the ADD kind of ADHD, whatever the like.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I want to see more. I want to know more. And we all know, like children's directors, sometimes we see this stuff, and we get bored, so we just try to change it because we feel like the kids are bored, and that's not always the correct thing. It's not
Yeah.
always like
Mhm.
the best shiny box on the cereal aisle, but I have a marketing background, so for me, I do like shiny. I do like what's attractive. I do like wanting to to know like what is the next best thing, what's going to grab the attention of a kid.
Yeah.
Second thing is my phone is going off like crazy person. Distracting. Second thing for me is I grab a group of kids that like having kids in my house growing up was super awesome. I'd have fourth grader, fifth grader. And for me, it's like, hey, I'm thinking about changing this curriculum. Watch this video. Tell me what you think. Because at the
Okay.
end of the day, one of my things is I always want to try to reach the fifth grade boy because they're the cool kid. They're the ones where the second, third graders
Yeah.
are looking up at him, and they're the one watching him, whether he's interacting or sitting in the corner on the back row, trying to be too cool for school. Those kids are still watching. And so
Yeah.
if I can grab that kid's attention, or if I can grab his desire, because, I'm battling with video games, I'm battling with TV shows, I'm battling with all the cool stuff that the world offers. What does the church going to bring to the table? So
Yeah.
don't go alone. Like always grab somebody with you. That's why for me, the cereal box thing is like, is this going to grab my
Yeah.
attention? If so, let's put it in front of a kid. But at the end of the day, you definitely like, is it going to give the meat of God's word? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of curriculums out there that just try to put something shiny together or try to create videos that just don't cut it. And so is it good enough for that 1 hour, hour and a half that you have with that kid to grab their attention, to grab their desire to fall in love with Jesus, make a memory that they'll recreate when they're in their older years because they learned it when they were a kid? So you just got to ask yourself that question. But as a children's director, never change curriculum because you're bored of it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
And all like I've met children's directors that's like, my pastor wants to switch curriculums. Well, why does he want to switch? Like give the feedback, do your research, do your homework. Is it effectively teaching kids the Bible?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
grabbing their attention? Is it make them want to keep coming back? And like Fruit Loops with marshmallows makes me keep going back to the the cereal box aisle because it's nice, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And I want my curriculum to be like, I want kids to be excited
Yeah.
to come back next week. And
Well,
but never
it's
question that.
yeah.
What's
Well,
the
and I,
need of it?
I see so many people going, well, I need something that's easy and low prep and I'm thinking, if that's your criteria for choosing a curriculum, yikes. Yikes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got to push back on that mentality, but I see it a lot.
Mhm.
And I mean, I understand what they're saying. I get that we're all under a time crunch and we all have pressure, and so we want something that we can maintain, and like we talked about in the last episode of, being consistent and having a strategery and all that kind of stuff. And if you missed that, then you need to go back and listen to the last episode. But you better know where you're going with this curriculum. You better know why, your theology, your doctrine, what does your church believe? Because not every curriculum is written lines
For
up
your
with
theology.
that. And that is important. If we're going to make disciples, we need to make sure what kind of disciple are we trying to produce. So for me, one of the big things I push for people is make sure you know that end goal. Mission, vision, values, Cole, I think was spot on. You're right. That's the perfect answer. And to even make it
correct answer right there.
Yeah, to even make it more simple, like last week's episode, is just what's that end goal? What do you want kids to know, think, and do by the time they leave your kids' ministry? And it better not be just centered around, well, this was simple, this was low prep, this was easy. Sure, those are welcomed things, but man, if that's how you're choosing your curriculum, look out. You really need to think that and pray that through and have some deeper conversations and all that. So, all right, way to kick it off, fellas.
It goes backwards. So hold on a second.
Yeah. Oh,
it goes backwards because then you got the people that just want to do it their way. Your teachers that want to do it their way.
true.
So
True.
that's why it's so very important as a leader to make sure you have the purpose and the strategy for exactly how you want to reach those kids, because then you can fight those that like just want to teach catechism, or they just want to teach doctrine. And sometimes fifth grade boys just like, man, that's way over their head.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose them that way either. So
Yeah.
No.
sorry to interrupt, but it was
That's
on the
all
tip of my tongue.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, I think you guys kicked it off well. You handled the first one. All right. Who's bringing the next thing to the table?
I'm going to go
Cole.
next. So
All right.
this is something in ministry, there's seasons. I've gone through multiple seasons in ministry. And so something that's not only I've seen it like in KMC and all that, but even in my own life, sometimes you have to ask the question, when is it the time to take a step back? When is it maybe a time to say this chapter is closing and we need to start, God has a new chapter for me? What does that look like to you guys? And when do you guys feel like that's the time? So.
Okay, Tom, I thought your question was pretty hot, but I'm going to say Cole is bringing correct answers and flaming questions to the table.
Yes, he is.
Hey,
Yes, he is. He's 2 for 2.
I'm going to take this one first.
All right, dive in.
Because I know Tom's going to have the correct answer on this one. So I'm just going to put it out there. This one starts in the cereal aisle as well. I'm just kidding. Can you tell I'm hungry? For me, it is, how do you know when it's time to step down? And that is when it becomes a job. For me, I've had too many people say, it's just work. I had to show up. And that is the time where you realize you forgot your why.
Yeah.
Why did you do this in the first place? Maybe the pastor said, hey, we need somebody to jump back in the back, and you were willing to serve. Your why is willing to serve. You're doing it for Jesus, regardless of the situation, regardless of the time, you were willing. That is your why. For me, it was the calling into my life. My why, I had to go back to after 25 years in children's ministry so many times. Why did I do this in the first place? Why did I give up but wanting to become a shoe designer and ended up in church ministry? Yes, that's true.
What?
I
want to hear that why
designer.
eventually.
Shoe designer led to me becoming a professional clown, which led to me teaching kids about Jesus. Short story.
All right.
But my why is because I wanted to be able to leave a lasting joy in the lives of kids. And that joy being Jesus. The joy of the Lord is my strength. And I wanted the kids to grow up being strong believers in him. And so if I could leave anyone with that question to their question of, when is it the right time to jump out? Really ask yourself, why did you jump in the first place?
Oh, it's good.
Sir.
Yeah.
You sure Tom's got the right answer? Because that was a really good answer.
I was going to say, I'll co-sign on that
I'm
one
feeling it.
too.
Hey, I'm also looking for a house, Tom.
Oh,
You
no, no,
co-sign
no,
on
no,
that
no.
Whoa,
We,
whoa,
we,
hey,
we don't
co-signing.
co-sign that.
one? I mean, you're co-signing all sorts of stuff. Let's go.
Yeah. No. I would do anything for Ben, but I won't do that.
The
Oh,
song.
that sounds like a song.
Yeah.
I would do anything
Oh.
for Ben, but I won't do that. There we go.
Got
All
me
right.
Let's
worship
ask him
leader in here.
why he started singing.
And that is why I'm not a singer and I'm a kids pastor. Okay.
Boy.
So, when is it time to step back? When is it time to step away? Well, I do, like I said, yeah, if it becomes a job, you've lost your passion, you've lost your focus, you've lost the clarity of your why. And sometimes it does get muddy over the years. I mean, I've been in ministry for 37 years, and I have to periodically step in and step back and go, you know what? Why am I still doing this? And God, do you still want me to do this? I will ask the Father that often of, God, do you still want me doing what I'm doing? Am I in the right place? Am I doing the right things? But I will say that when I'm coaching leaders, especially through the Restoring Leaders ministry, and that, because this is where this comes up a lot, is I don't know if I should stay or go, or I don't know if I'm burned out or worn out or what I am. I'm not feeling it anymore. The joy is gone, the passion, the drive. It's this grind of I have to do it. And yeah, if you've got that mentality, it's probably a warning sign to step back. If you are becoming a cynic towards yourself, your leadership, and your team, your parents, your ministry, if you're cynical about all those things, nobody can do it right, nobody's supporting me, nobody's with me, nobody wants to help, nobody cares. If you're saying that a lot, that is a caution flag telling you, hey, something's wrong here. And you need to get someone to walk with you. I have never been able to get clarity on my own. I will tell you that 100%. I've always needed someone to come alongside of me to listen, to let me vent, to what I call exhale it out, and then bring clarity and offer some pushback and offer some instruction, encouragement, rebuke, correction, all those kind of things. You can't process that kind of question alone. I'm just telling you. I tried it, and it led me to staying in a place that I shouldn't have stayed. I had people telling me I shouldn't have stayed. I had people, and I kept saying, but God hasn't released me. Who will take care of the children? No one will love them like I do, which is all just garbage. I was lying to myself, and I really needed to go, I need to pause. I need a pit stop. And I'm a huge advocate for, if you've been in ministry for 5 to 7 years in the same place, you need to talk about a sabbatical plan. Every church needs one, has one. If your pastor doesn't have one, have them call me. I will tell them why they need it. Most of the time, the reason why they don't think they need it is because, well, I've never taken one. You don't need it. Yeah, that's why you're crusty and never mind. I won't say what I want to really say there.
Tom, have you ever taken a sabbatical?
I have. I've done it the right way and I've done it the wrong way. I took 3 weeks.
What's the wrong way?
I took 3 weeks away thinking if I extend a vacation, it will be like a sabbatical. And it turned out it was a vacation. I came back just as tired and worn out and cynical as I left. I did a 12-week. Actually, I was blessed with a longer within that. My church had a 12 to 16 week paid sabbatical for anybody who stayed 7 years or longer. And I know not. Hey, yeah. I couldn't. Well, never mind. Can't say that either on here. Not every church can afford to do that. Yeah, not every church can afford to do that. I get it. But I would tell people, look, a minimum of a month. Seriously, 4 weeks is barely enough, but it's enough if you focus and do intentional time and unplug from everything. Don't go to conferences. Don't read ministry books. I get so infuriated when I see people saying, well, I'm going to go to this conference and I'm going to read. No. Sabbatical, stepping back from, you need solitude, you need silence, you need stillness, you need to get away from everything that's ministry related, you need to unplug from everything that's ministry related. You pick up God's word and you sit with the Holy Spirit and let him do heart work with you. That's what
Oh,
you need.
that's
And
good.
and to me, that's where we have got to focus on. And so if you're getting cynical, if you're getting frustrated, if nothing seems to ever go right from you with you and your ministry, if you're not feeling that full on support and you can't support your senior pastor, if you can't support upwards, and just as bad as you think it's not coming down, you need to step back. You need to hit the pause button and walk with somebody who's been there, who understands. There's lots of good ministries besides Restoring Leaders out there who can help you and walk with you and guide you. And I just encourage you, if you're listening and that sounds like you, reach out for some help. Reach out for somebody to talk to and listen and get some perspective on it, because God wants you to keep going, and you're too valuable to the kingdom to stop. But you may need a break. No race car driver can go 500 miles without a pit stop, changing tires, fueling up, cleaning the windshield, getting a drink of water. They can't take a nap, but yeah, I wouldn't advise that. But you have to have a pit stop somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
So
I like naps though. Those are nice.
I love naps. Jesus took naps.
Same. Yeah.
You and I, we're not more spiritual than Jesus. If Jesus took a nap, close your eyes, shut up, and take a nap.
That was his answer, right?
I tell that to my
So
toddler all the time. Doesn't work.
Lay down, shut up, take a nap.
we got less than 10 minutes, and I've got a question for you. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this.
He's got that look in his eye.
He does. He's got the look, man.
So, like, I could have you guys answer it. It'll be great. There's just so much that you could say to this.
Mhm.
My question is, and so when I ask this question, we're gonna do fire off, like boom, 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 boom. I need 5 to 10 answers. Give me at least 5.
Okay.
Five ways,
Okay.
like fireball.
ways.
We're just gonna throw it out there.
All right.
Now,
5
the
ways to
question
what?
is this, and I get this a lot. Is how can we get families on our side? Like we're doing this every week. We show up every week. We're giving it our all, but sometimes it feels like families just don't want to join forces with us. They just want us to do the work. How can we connect with families enough to where they are our like biggest cheerleaders, and just give me like examples, ideas. You got 5 to 10. Like ramble it off. Let's see what you got. Who wants to
Does it
start?
so wait, don't like no expounding on it, just 5 things.
Yeah, I mean you could expound, but you
Okay,
can,
okay,
like,
okay. All right,
Tom-
all right.
and
I'm
I
gonna
want to see.
go first.
I want to see Tom
All right.
sweat a little bit.
You know, see Tom.
Oh
Like it,
boy,
I-
here we go.
Here we go. So first thing, always first thing, model it at home. If you have kids and you want parents to get on board with what you're doing at church and what you want them to do at home, model it at home. And I can't tell you that it's mine. I took that from another ministry leader when I wasn't modeling at home and I couldn't get parents on board. And as soon as I started modeling at home, I started to see some more buy-in from parents. So 1, model it at
Next
home.
one.
2, poll your parents. What is the things in their life that they're like, hey, where could you partner with them specifically throughout their day to become better disciples for their kids? So maybe, maybe you're sending a paper home and that paper just ain't making it home. And so maybe there's other ways you can communicate with your parents. 3, figure out kind of what the paper thing. Maybe the thing you're giving them is too big. Maybe they don't have enough time to do 15-minute devotional with their 5th grader, but they can do a 5-minute conversation on the way to school.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not really sure what to do, maybe you're at the beginning stages of it all. What do I do? What do I do? Get in a room with parents and say, what do you want me to do? What can I do for you so that this is something you can make part of your daily thing? Is that 4 or 5? How many is that?
That's 4.
That's
You
4.
got this.
4?
You're not leaving nothing for Tom. This is good though.
Well, no, it's going to be great for time. Number 5. See, listen, this is why I go
Number 5.
first. I get the right answer. The 5th thing is maybe there's something they're doing at home already that maybe you can just say, let's support this thing. Maybe they have a discipleship book at home. Maybe they have a devotional they do at home. And it's like, it really works for my 2nd grader. Instead of saying, instead of pushing through the stuff that you think is working, let's take something that's actually working and push it through push it through to your parents at home going, I got this idea from another parent. This is really working with them. Because if parents, if Susie over here is doing this with her daughter, Sally, and her friend Kim has her daughter, and like, wait, I'm friends with Susie. If this works for her, this could work for me. And so kind of that type of thing. So really getting all aspects and partnering with parents. And I don't know what Tom's going to say. So good luck.
All right. So he's going to stop it at 5, Tom. What you got?
All right. I'm going to bring it. All right.
Let's
So how do we get families on board with us? Keep our word. If we say we're going to do something, do it. I don't care if you do an event and only 3 kids sign up, do it anyway. Make those 3 kids feel like rock stars. Do it anyway. Keep your word.
Okay. Yeah.
Keep it simple. Give people steps, not jumps and leaps and bounds. So keep showing them the discipleship is in steps, not leaps and bounds. Keep it clear. People don't need to have a muddy vision. They need to know exactly where you're going with their kids and where you're leading them and helping them. So keep it a clear, simple message that they can understand. Keep it clear. Keep it fun. They got to have fun in their life. They need to bring the stress level down. So keep it fun for the kids, keep it fun for the parents, letting them know that discipleship is fun and it's not hard and it's not overwhelming. Keep it fun. And then keep listening. That kind of
This
catches
is very
on what
Pastor 5-point message.
Yeah, I know.
going on here.
Yeah. In the sermon today.
So keep listening. All right. Be available. Be available to them. Oh yeah. I told you I'm bringing it. Be available to them. Let them know that you're willing to listen and sit down with them. Make sure they know you're not too busy, because most people think pastors are too busy, which we are, but you don't ever want them to feel that way. You want them to know you've got time for them. If you're sitting there looking at your watch and looking at your notifications when they're talking to you, they don't feel like you care because you're too busy. So be available for them. Oh, all right. Two more. I got 2 more. 2 more. 2 more.
7 and 8. Okay.
Be vulnerable. Let people know you struggle with, if you're a parent as a kids pastor, let them know that you struggle with discipleship and connecting church and home as well. And so this kind of ties with the other, the last one of vulnerable is be real. I will never forget, I suggested to a friend of mine who was saying, I really need to get my parents connected. I said, show them a video of, record your devotional for your family and then share it with the other parents. Holy cow. It went viral for their church because she recorded her family and her kids are bouncing around, but they were doing their family word time together, and she recorded it real, vulnerable, unedited, where these kids are flying off the wall. And then at the end, she's like, see, parents, this is discipleship. This is what it looks like in our house. She got so much feedback from that real, vulnerable, fun, simple, clear. This is what happens to our house. We're not, all right, boys and girls, let's all sit down and read our Bibles. And all her kids are sitting there on the couch. Anything you say. No, that kid was bouncing off the wall and running around. And I tell you, it was the coolest thing ever. So if you want to connect with parents, there you go.
Prom dropping the ball or not?
I know.
The prom.
5 was good, but apparently Tom was like bringing like 9.
I was listening to you, Cole. Tom was apparently writing a sermon. What's
apparently? I kept saw him looking down. Like I was like, oh, you must have some notes here.
I'll confess. I was right.
All that to say is, no matter what you're going through,
yep,
we're always full of questions in children's ministries. Something weird's going to come up that you don't feel like you have any idea. Well, Kids Ministry Collective exists because
that's right.
I learned earlier. I know, Tom, this is your dream, your baby. Like, you learned earlier than me because you're way older than me. Ooh, you can't do this alone. We get better together, and that's what we say is we're better together. That's why it's important to jump in on our Facebook group, start that conversation, let other people cheer you on, let other people encourage you. Let other people give you ideas when you get to the point where you're questioning. ministry, like that's why we're here.
That's right.
Not only the Facebook group, but you got coaches like Cole and Tom and myself, all that accessible on Kid Ministry Collective webpage, and all that stuff is in
That's
the
right.
notes. But
Yeah.
then there's leadership groups. The Kidmen Net,
KidmenPlus.net.
Net.
There you go.
All backwards. See, that's why it exists. And I
Yeah,
think
it is.
throwing that out there and having you guys come up with quick on the fly is just an example of, hey, you having an issue and you need a quick phone call.
Yep.
That's why we're here. We're here to coach you
Yeah.
and give you some ideas and to hear what's going on so that we can be on it with you. And so
Yep.
check it out. Tom, I know you're way better at websites than I am, so fill in the blanks right there.
I
Fill
will
in the
do that.
blanks, Tom. You're older, Tom. Remember that. You're
Oh.
older.
Sonny, here we go. Check out Kid Ministry Collective.
Keep it going. You're doing.
Keep going,
Ram.
I like that voice.
And if you really want piece of a good leader, check out KidmenPlus.net. The leadership community that helps you be healthy
Well,
leaders, healthy teams, healthy ministries. There we go.
there you go,
You do that
Tom.
way too well.
Yeah, it's like you've practiced it or something.
Yeah. Well, all right. Hey, we told you, we might make you laugh, we make you cry, we might make you think, and we're glad that we've had this conversation. It's been a lot of fun, fellas. Can't wait for the next one. So, yeah, for sure, though. The links will be in the show notes for kidministrycollective.com. You can check out the coaching there, find old episodes of the podcast, and, of course, the link to join KidmenPlus.net. We would love to have you there. So, man, I seriously can't wait for the next conversation. It's going to be a lot of fun. So,
It will be.
all right. So, all right, I'm Tom.
I'm Cole.
I'm Ben.
All right, my friends, you guys stay tuned for another episode real soon.
Hey, friend, that wraps up the KMC Collective Podcast for this week. Thanks so much for listening. If today's episode sparked something, an idea, a heartbeat, or a fresh start, drop us a line at tom@tombump.com or reach out on social media. We'd love to hear your story and keep the conversation going. Remember, you're not just doing kids ministry, you're shaping the next generation's faith with intention and care. Be encouraged, be creative, and take a breath. You've got this. Catch you next time on the KMC Collective Podcast.